good to have next guests who actually won an award yesterday for what they're going to show us now. Congratulations for that again. Konstandina and Andi, come on stage, please.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love this exchange format. I love hearing what other agencies do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Don't forget to ask your questions in the app, and we'll forward them for you. And the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. So,
hi, everyone. Thank you for having us. It's our first time on the NEOS talking stage. We are excited and a little bit anxious, but yeah.
we'll do it. So, hi, I'm Andi. Now I've been working for contenance for 4 years as a front-end developer on NEOS and Shopper. And we have a missing image, but she's here.
Yeah, that's me. I am Dina, and in the past few years I have been working with NEOS and Shopper, mostly with platform like CMS platforms, and both in the front end and in the back end. And together with Andi, we are part of the NEOS team in our company.
Yeah, and coming back to our topic for this talk is from corporate website to digital business platform, the Handtmann relaunch.
Handtmann is how contenance and Netzwerk came together, because Handtmann is a client of Netzwerk, and they were looking for a good technical solution for the platform and also for a good development team. It was a very successful project for our company, and that brought even more successful projects afterwards, until both teams grew together in one shared agency, so contenance and Netzwerk.
And with that said, today we want to take the audience behind the scenes of our real business project, the relaunch of digital presence of Handtmann. The key point of this project, it was not only to create a nicer looking website, but to create a digital foundation for such a complex site. During the conception phase, we came across many divisions, too many marketplaces, and a lot of customer target groups, let's say. And for that, we had only one question. Our real goal, it was how to create this digital foundation for such a complex company, but to keep it reliable and easy to use for the editors and the daily users for that. And Handtmann, it's to go deeper on that, Handtmann is in the international industrial groups with 5 autonomous divisions, each operating across America, Europe, and Asia, each with different markets and communication groups. And this consisted on too many customers which wanted a technical solution or a way how to contact them, or applicants who want to understand the company as an employer, and or journalists or international stakeholders for press information or a way how to cooperate on that. But it was a problem because before the relaunch, Handtmann was operating across multiple So before it was operating in multiple CMS, let's say Typo 3, WordPress, Drupal, and this caused an issue because for the editors, they were not coordinated and the brand consistency was not strong enough, because the element can be a lookalike, but it was missing, as I said, the brand consistency. Also, this caused also technical problems, because for the developers and maintainers, it was more effort to do updates and security stuff. And also this caused costs, increased the costs. While after the relaunch, now the 30 individual websites runs in one installation. The editors are more coordinated because they use reusable components, and the brand consistency grew stronger. And also for the editors now, they are more reliable to publish coordinated stuff, and the brand consistency, as I say, is strong enough. And for that, thanks to the NEOS, because it gave the website the ability to be coordinated, brand consistent, easy to secure, and easy to update. And also, it make sure that to lower the cost with the time. And this is also reflected on the front end. This is the before. Similar element, but not brand consistent, which for the client it was really important. And this is the after one. And now the editors can easily publish their content in the brand that they choose. So, yeah.
This is how we come to the philosophy behind this project, which is centralization with autonomy. So we have 30 independent websites inside one single installation, but each of these websites should have its own languages, media collections, and permission roles, still in one shared ecosystem. So they should share style, they should share page types, they should share functionalities like the search, the language translation, geolocalization, and so on. But when the client hears 30 websites inside one single installation, what they were afraid of is complexity. So we needed to take care of one thing, which is complexity with flexibility without complexity. So the editors on the backend should see only what is relevant to their responsibilities. Everything should be based on role permissions. Each website should have its own default languages, because since they are across all over the countries, they have different default languages. And the content elements should be shared among site packages, but still look unique. And I will show quickly in this video what we faced and what we had to do. If I log in now into the backend of one of the websites with the administrator, the language is set to German, because this is the default language of this website. And if I scroll through the elements, every content element look exactly the same as they look on the front end. So it's easier for the editors to build the websites. Still, every element is enriched with variants and color schemas, so they can build different looks for their websites. This user, as administrator, can access all the websites of the entire organization and all the media collections. And we have one media collection per each website. And in addition, all the site packages. And we did build a lot of site packages because they had different functionalities. Still, most of it is inherited from the main site package. OK, that went a little bit too fast. I don't know if I can stop it. No. Sorry for that. In general, it was very complex. So if we log in with the administrator, they can access everything. The risk of breaking something, it was high. So we needed to create 60 different user roles with different permissions and different restrictions to fulfill all the requirements. So the other editor I wanted to share, but I think now it will start from the beginning, or it will not play again. No. The other one has only access to one site and only one media collection based on the roles. And with that, now we have a platform which is easy for the editors who use that every day, but it's also secure, and the risk of breaking something is very low. On the other side, another important thing we needed to take care of was not only visual quality, but also technical quality. So on the backend infrastructure, we have an architecture based on NEOS and flow best practices. We follow the clean separation between configuration, rendering logic, so the platform is easy to grow and to maintain. We have implemented caching while developing the website and not add that after, so we had performance on the focus since the beginning. So we implemented caching on the content elements, on the page sections like the header, the footer. We implemented Redis and configured that on the server infrastructure. We use Elasticsearch for a fast and scalable search functionality. Geolocalization is configured on the server, so editors from all over the world, when they search for Handtmann, they are redirected directly to their sales organization, to the sales organization of their country. So let's say I'm located in Italy and I search for Handtmann, I will be directly redirected to Italian sales organization and not to the general website. Another package we used, which was pretty helpful for us, was GmbH database storage, and we installed that to render all the information from the forms, the submitted forms data, into the backend of NEOS, since the client wanted everything to be inside the NEOS administration, so they don't need to check the mail servers, and they can delete and manage all the data from there. We have configured different content dimensions for the websites, and that was a little bit of a challenge because that was not coming default from NEOS. And we use DeepL API key for automatic translations. And right now, if they want to translate a page in another language, they can just select the language they want to, and by clicking the create and copy button, they can automatically, as this comes from NEOS, all the contents are copied, but the texts are all translated, and that helps the client a lot because they do have a lot of contents. On the other side, on the front end, we follow the mobile-first approach, focusing on the responsiveness and on the accessibility a lot. We use sitegeist kaleidoscope implementation to generate different SRC sets for the medias and to fulfill everything with metadata needed, giving a lot of attention to the SEO, and all of these gave us 98 score on performance, 97 on accessibility. We have 0.9 seconds first contentful paint, and the same 0.9 seconds largest contentful paint, and we have total blocking time of 0 seconds on the first load. So our goal was to build a platform who is easy to maintain and to grow that with the requirements of the clients time by time. So the business impact that it had was huge on the organization part and on the editorial teams. On the organization part, the navigation through the pages became easier. Also, while searching on the browser, the branding experience becomes more unified between the sales organizations and the divisions. And for the editorial team, it was same as big, because now the editors can build websites without depending on the developers anymore. And we did 1 or 2 sessions with them where we showed them how NEOS is working. And we did prepare a user manual with all the content elements, how they are structured, what functionalities they have. And they love it, working with NEOS, better than working with other CMS. And even though in the beginning they didn't know how NEOS works and they were a little bit confused, now they enjoy working on that and they find it pretty easy. And yeah, I think that was it on the technical part.
And for the to achieve this impact on organization and on the editorial part, we faced some challenges in the beginning of considering in the code speed with the quality, and also we needed to manage multilingual content across the divisions, and also to structure all the URLs in all of that. And by that, we learned that early architecture decisions really matters, and also the performance and accessibility should be planned beforehand since the beginning. Also, the clear communication, it makes more easy for us to work and avoid the reworking that maybe it was before. And by that, as a corporate website, this is more than a design update or CMS migration. It's a platform business. And NEOS, as a CMS, it gave structure, usability, and flexibility, because a corporate website becomes valuable when it enables the organization to grow, adapt, and communicate better after the relaunch. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and the team for the great work.
I want to add one last thing. We want to really thank the NEOS team, because we faced some challenges and we had some questions, and we always received a great support. And to be honest, Handtmann gave us more experience on NEOS for the entire team, and we are ready to start contributing more on the NEOS team, and we are really happy for that. So thank you very much.
Don't go too quick, because we do have questions.
Okay.
So the first question is, how dependent or connected are the restrictions for sites and media collections? In detail, if a person has permissions to several sites and media collections, is it possible to restrict that the contents of a certain media collection can only be used for the respective site?
Yes, so every media collection is used for one specific site, and the user that has access on this media collection or on this site has only access on this one. But we have also some users who have access into more than one because we have done some combinations based on the requirements of the client.
Mm-hmm. And the second question is, how did you handle the media access part for editors? Which is very similar.
With user roles. We just created a lot of user roles. But some, and we are lucky that a lot comes from the box from Neos. So creating restrictions is, you just have to combine permissions and it's easy. And for some complex requirements, we had to do some extra work, but it was manageable.
Cool, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next up is Bernhard. And
Another
Bernhard,
familiar face.
absolutely. You had a talk yesterday already. Your agency at least won an award yesterday. If not for this project, we are looking forward what you are going to tell us about it. It's going to be exciting.
I think we have to fill like a minute maybe for some cableage of laptops and humans. But I forgot to say something earlier in my lightning talk, so I'm just going to use this opportunity to have a microphone and listening people. I will be setting up some kind of thing. I will be messaging on the Slack. And if you're a dev and you feel like you want to participate, reach out. Bring a project manager or someone who's responsible for your time so we can coordinate things effectively. Because we don't want to make this a project that loses time or wastes resources. We want to make this something that's focused and drives all of us forward.
And if it's in the hand of Maya, then it's going to be the point.
2 years ago, I was on this stage talking about the rebrand. Now that that's done, I need a new pet project, so I guess that's this.
Love it.
Unless you want to start singing. Ooh,
Oh.
I see things happening. I was just going to say, unless you want to start singing the Jeopardy theme, we're going to need to fill some airspace.
No, it's look like we can already read the Meisterwerke here.
Mm-hmm. And then if it can make its way up there eventually too, then the cableages are done. Almost. God damn it.
Oh.
Yeah, but we do already see a yellow slide, so things are moving forward.
Are you quite as awake as me?
Or are you quite as sleepy as me?
How did you like the awards yesterday?
The awards.
The awards. Did you like it? Yeah? Huh?
Who in here is
Yeah,
taking
you
one
did?
home?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love it.
The Sandstorm Award. I thought that was very well deserved, by the way.
Yeah,
About time that work was recognized.
yeah.
First I thought it was going to Sebastian. Then I thought it might be going to Toby. And then I was like, but if Toby gets it or if Sebastian gets it, there's so many people that like also deserve it. And then they all got it and I was super happy.
Yeah, and we actually always tell everybody who wins an award, you can, like we pre-make one of those trophies and we say, you can have another one if you want one for your customer or if the customer gets it for yourself. Now, if Sandstorm, like if you want some more for everyone.
No, I hoard them. I hoard them like Smaug hoards his treasure. I hoard my awards. Do you guys display your awards in your office? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're really pretty. It's worth it.
Oh, it is, and back when we had some much different, like they became more beautiful over time. So you got the most beautiful already.
In Switzerland, there's a very esteemed award called the BOSV, the Best of Swiss Web Awards, I think, BOSV, yeah. And their trophy is this huge Rettungsschwimmerboje. They're huge. They're
Like
not.
Baywatch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're golden.
Oh.
I mean, if you win the gold one, they're golden. And they're very cumbersome to, and we got one ages ago, and it's sitting there, and it's very much in the way. It's a very esteemed prize, and we're very proud of it, but it's also very large.
It is. Well, the Neos one isn't hand luggage
Yeah,
friendly.
no, it's perfect. It's a perfect size.
Why not?
Ooh. As good as it gets
Okay.
is as good as we'll take. Bernhard,
Perfect.
let's go. Thank you so much. And sorry for the nonsense.
I love nonsense. So, hello, fellow Neosians, and welcome to the attempt of not being too technical about the NEOS project, which is the pro.meister partner portal. Yeah, that's me. I'm Bernhard from Sitegeist, and in absence of my project managers, as a technical lead, I take on the role of the honor of presenting this project. So, what's this all about? So that's Meister. They are a floor manufacturing company from the beautiful German Sauerland. And they approached us with quite some issues they were facing. They usually don't sell their products directly to the customer, but via specialist dealers, right? And we already had the product catalog in our NEOS instance. We've been working with them for quite some time. And now they wanted to adjust their sales process and put it more on the digital side of life. So what's the interesting part, as always, as a good medium-sized company in Germany, they mostly relied on fax, email, and phone for their orders, and there were a lot of manual processes included, which took a lot of time and had a lot of space for optimization. Also, there was no real-time access for all the interesting data, so displaying a product catalog online is rather easy. Displaying the currently available stock, not so much, especially also the individual prices for the dealers. The system itself was a bit distributed. They had a PIM system for their product data. They had an ERP system for all the prices because they were customer specific. We already had the brand websites. That was our NEOS installation, but they weren't really integrated, right? So we already had connected to the PIM system to import all the product data, but that was all there was. Also, they had quite some internal business applications and processes in ordering that were quite hard to implement just with a regular shop system. So yes, what was the plan? So they're all of the communication is basically done via those B2B specialist dealers. So they wanted to have this portal as a central entry point for all the communication between them and their partners. They also, of course, they wanted to display product data. That was the easy part, but also pricing and availability, and wanted to get rid of manual sales processes as good as possible. So this is not just a shop, because, of course, ordering, right? But also accessing product information, because this is an industry where talking to the customer and fetching the requirements, consulting is very important. And also partner services, self-services, so they can, for example, download manuals. There was a large document catalog available and marketing materials. So yes, one central platform for all B2B interactions. So the solution? We already had an NEOS installation, so we chose that as the central platform because it's the most flexible one. They added a Shopware 6 installation for handling all the orders, which was put in front of the ERP system. And as we now have two systems, we again teamed up with our friends at pro.de to set up a key cloak for single sign-on. So this is a really clean and nice architecture, as we all love them. So right, you have the product information from the PIM. They're imported into NEOS, so NEOS knows all about the products. And on demand, the offers, so prices and availability, are fetched from Shopware, which gets them from the ERP. Authentication is done via Keycloak, so there is only a single identity provider. And then when I chose what product I want to have, then I just send an RFQ to Shopware, and then that generates an order to the ERP system. That's easy, right? So that's easy until you notice that when it comes to single sign-on, Shopware is a little bit of a diva. So it actually supports OpenID for authentication, but only as a server, not as a client. But for us, it didn't make much sense to have Shopware as the identity provider, so we had to become a bit creative for implementing that. The other part was that the ERP system already had the user data, but it shouldn't be connected to the Keycloak instance, but only had this connection to Shopware. So everything user-related and account-related had to be routed through Shopware. So this is what the architecture diagram looks after that step. As in principle, so the idea was to fetch all the data that we required for our applications. We have those still loosely coupled systems and stay modular for scalability. On the technical level, which is a pattern which we really like, so we have a server-side rendering via NEOS and Fusion, and then for the complex features like that we will see in short will be like the product catalog or the ordering process. We usually use React applications for that. So Shopware is used headlessly, so there is no redirecting between NEOS and the shop. It's a single frontend in NEOS, and every orders are done via the Shopware API. To ensure that this works, right, because this is not your usual, it's a search, and if it fails, it's not so bad. So we also chose an open API specification, also with a sitegeist schema new, which is available so that backend and frontend can interact safely. So yes, so that's basically the entry point. After signing in, you have your product catalog. You can filter a lot of stuff. You see your prices, and the idea here was you have Elasticsearch in the background, but indexing all those prices and availabilities is really hard, right? Because they change oftentimes a day, and there are lots and lots and lots of different prices depending on who you are. So the idea here is we don't have like a price filter or something like that. We just query the products and then add the prices via the Shopware API on demand. Fun fact about prices. There are some very special products in this project where the different departments like sales and product management they couldn't agree on what the actual thing was. So that was sold. For example, there is a bit of floor or some accessories, for example, and they had an inner package, and then multiple of those had an outer package. And they couldn't agree on whether the inner or the outer one was the actual item being sold, which is manageable. It just required that the automated test suite has really special use cases for special products. So this is our product details page. The reason why we did a lot of interaction in React here is that there is a dynamic calculator here. So as you remember, there is this is a B2B project. So they don't usually order stuff in like packages, but they calculate in square meters, right? So as an end customer, if you go into negotiations with your specialist dealer, then you go to them with an area you have to cover with flooring, and so square meter is the unit that everything is calculated in, which will be interesting in a few slides later. So you can just choose either the amount of packs or arbitrary packaging units that are available per product, and you automatically get calculated the amount of square meters, or the other way around. Then you have an additional feature. You can turn off and on prices. For example, if you're the specialist dealer and you have an end customer and you're in your consulting session, you probably don't want to show the prices you pay because you want to show the prices they have to pay. So you can turn that off here. Yes, so no prices anymore. And then you have a watch list. So for recurring orders, you just can flag some products that you just reorder and reorder. That's really helpful. It's also a standard feature of Shopware in the background. And then you have your ordering process. So this is just the Shopware API with a few issues because right, we're talking square meters. That's usually not a round integer number, right? Guess what Shopware doesn't support? So you can only order integer amounts of stuff, and there are actually multiple ways to handle this. For example, okay, we can't sell 7.35 square meters, so let's sell a few million square micrometers or something like that. That will be an integer, right? But that's not the path we chose. So we implemented special shopping basket rules that then calculated the price. So again, as in every good content commerce project with Neos and Magento or Shopware, we ended up calculating the prices in Neos, which is not a problem with unit tests and BC Math. They also have additional features, like here's a list of orders with the status that was returned eventually from Shopware. They also can download the respective documents if available. They also got an additional module for managing their own employees, so account management, which also you saw the diagram earlier, then again is routed through Shopware back to Keycloak, which worked quite nicely then. And this also, basically everything here is strictly restricted to the respective roles in the system. So did this help? So there was a significant reduction of manual order processes. It was obviously easier to order the products online than via telephone or fax. It was fewer repetitive requests. Basically, everything we wanted to achieve worked out. There's also now a foundation for additional features like onboarding craftsmen. I don't know what's the actual word for that. And so the foundation is solid enough to then evolve the whole process on top of that. And it's scalable, right? So Shopware is completely separate, can evolve separately, can scale separately. If that becomes an issue, that's quite nice. So 800 of the dealers across Germany and Europe already use the platform. That's quite a lot. And more than 60% of the core market orders are now processed via this platform and no longer via fax. So the takeaway. So we have now this central platform as requested by the customer. That worked out very well. And again, the insight, we had that on the panel yesterday, can Neos only do small websites? No, it can really build really large content applications. I mean, that's its name, a content application platform, and again, it works, not a problem. Yes, and that's from me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernhard. I have bad news. There's no questions. But bad news always comes with good news, because the next talk on the stage will be you. So if you forgot to send in a question, sneak it in there. And there's more good news. Your next talk will be after a lunch break, I just realized.
Yeah.
I thought it would be at 1 like yesterday, but it's now. We're being fed. Thank you so much.
I actually
Good,
found
yeah.
out something very interesting right now, because I was looking down the historic Neos Awards, and Meister.com won one of the very first ones in 2017, so they have been around for a very long time.
And yeah, so that's only the second iteration, actually.
Wow.
From 2018, 19, I guess. And it works quite well. It's a well-aged Neos project. You can also do those.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Don't forget to rate the talk.
Please.
Talks.